Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
I'm Assistant Chief Wyatt Martin of the Houston Police Department. This critical incident briefing is intended to provide you with information about a death in custody that occurred in Houston on December 10th, 2022. You're about to see video footage that is related to this incident. HPD conducts thorough investigations into deaths in custody. These typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. It is important to note that we're in the very early stages of the investigation, and we continue to review additional evidence as it is collected and analyzed. The videos you're about to see can be graphic and may be difficult to watch. These videos may also contain strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. In the early morning hours on December 10th, HFD personnel responded to a call of a man in distress and arrived to find him with a gun in hand. HFD notified HPD. At approximately 3 a.m., Houston police officers were dispatched to the location. HPD officers arrived at a home on Ilex Street to find Robert Isaac Estrada Jr. squatting on the curb with a gun to his head. Officers asked Mr. Estrada to put the gun down so that they could talk with him. Still armed with the gun, Mr. Estrada left the curb and moved close to a house. HPD's SWAT, hostage negotiation team, and mental health unit were called to the scene to negotiate with Mr. Estrada. Over the course of approximately 3 hours, Mr. Estrada discharged his firearm multiple times while officers continued verbal communication. SWAT deployed rubber pellets and other non-lethal munitions in an attempt to get Mr. Estrada to surrender. After more than 3 hours and a loss of communication with Mr. Estrada, officers deployed a robot with a camera and found Mr. Estrada with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Officers approached and attempted to render aid. Mr. Estrada was pronounced deceased at the scene. No officers were injured.
Right here, stop. This place! Here's the place. Hey, drop it, man. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk. Drop it. Put it down. Put it down, let's talk, bro.
Okay, so first things first. My biggest complaint out of all these videos is officers neglecting to get a rifle out when they know they're going to a call involving a person with a gun or any other deadly physical weapon. So right off the bat, that is the first thing I see wrong. They should have gotten out with a rifle. Even though this person is claiming to want to unsubscribe from life, it does not mean that he would not take an action against them to unsubscribe them from life. To be able to reach his end goal, he may point a gun at these officers. He may not have the intention to actually shoot them. He may just want to point it at them to scare them into shooting him. But what if they don't shoot? Will he just shake it at them? Will he shoot it at them? Don't know. But a rifle has to be out when it comes to calls involving a person with a deadly weapon. A rifle is far more superior to a pistol. It is more accurate and it has better terminal ballistics. The second thing that I see wrong right off the bat is the other officer is all the way down there. This is now a crossfire scenario. If this guy wanted to point his gun at one of them to force them to have to shoot him, then as potentially both of these officers fire, one of their rounds could miss and strike one the other. or miss him and hit the curb right there, ricochet and hit them. So bad tactics right off the beginning. No rifle, and there's crossfire going on.
Put it down, let's talk.
No, I need to.
Hey, put it down, let's talk, bro.
Hey. I'm good, sir.
Put it down, let's talk.
Your kids are inside.
Put it down, let's talk.
Come on, please, yeah.
Put it down, let's talk.
Sir, I need help.
I know you need help. Let me help you. Put it down.
Nah, but I need
Put it down. I'm going to help you. Put it down.
I need to get a sergeant on here.
Go ahead. Can I get a sergeant on our line?
I want to talk to you.
I'm not
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Nothing, sir.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
It don't matter, sir.
Yeah, it does. It matters to me. What's your name? What's your name?
Sir, what was I going to tell you? Can you get a sergeant on here, sir?
Sure.
Okay, I need a sergeant. This this Karen shit requesting a manager. That is so fucking annoying. It really is. But that's how society has become conditioned. Because in so many places, especially within like the service industry, like food, beverage, retail, whatever, managers are, or supervisors, whatever. Excuse me. They are oftentimes people who will appease the person who has some type of complaint or something. If it's in a restaurant, person doesn't like the food, it doesn't taste great, it took too long to get out, or in a retail setting, there's something going on they don't like. The first person they may come into contact with is some, associate, a waiter, whatever, and they may have a demand of, well, I don't want to pay for this, and of course that associate has no control over that, and may even tell the person, hey, this isn't going to happen, and may even know for sure that it may not happen at all, even if the manager is involved. But people have been able to request someone in charge, and they come and sometimes they'll give them something. They'll give them what they want, or they'll give them discount, or they'll give them a coupon to something, whatever. Like, they give them something, right? Not all the time. Sometimes they just tell them to shit out of luck and move the fuck on. Same shit happens in law enforcement. An officer is going to tell someone something that they don't like. They don't want that answer. And they try to, quote unquote, sergeant shop and find someone who is going to give them a different answer. Officer pulls someone over for speeding, goes to issue him a ticket, blah, blah, blah. The person doesn't like it, requests to speak to a supervisor, thinking, they can tell their sob story to that supervisor, and it's going to change everything that's going on. In this particular case, I don't know why he's requesting a supervisor. I would suspect that... one second, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me again, sorry. I would suspect that this guy probably knows or feels that the police are going to put him in handcuffs, and he's possibly going to go to jail. And it could be that he is wanting a supervisor out there so that he can plead with the supervisor and get that not to happen. I don't know that for sure, but I mean, why else would he be wanting a sergeant out there? But the sergeant shopping thing, the whole Karen calling for the manager thing, that's common all in life, and especially within law enforcement, especially within jails and shit too, in prisons. It's just whenever someone gets an answer they don't like, they try to go to someone else. Hell, little kids do it too. Mommy tells them no, or daddy tells them no, they'll just go to the other parent and try to get a yes out of them. So, I don't particularly like dealing with that kind of stuff. You can either play into it or you can just shut it down. Or probe and ask them, well, why do you need a supervisor? What do you think a supervisor is going to be able to do for you that I cannot do for you? And if they, answer, whatever and if you know the answer, you can say, well, a supervisor is going to tell you the same thing. Or, our supervisor is such and such, worked with him for quite a while. I can guarantee you he's not going to do that. She's not going to do that, whatever. Or, like I say, you can just play into it and say, okay, call the supervisor and then pass it off to the supervisor. Kind of a shitty thing to do. But it's whatever. All right, moving on.
We got one coming right now, man. What's your name? Tell me your name. Tell me your name. Hey. Huh?
There's nobody here.
Come on, man. Drop the gun. I'm gonna have you sit in my car. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna get you going to the hospital. We're gonna figure some stuff out. I need you to put the gun down, though. Robert, please put the gun down, man. We can talk about this. Come on, Robert. Robert.
Yeah, I hear you, sir. But hey, that's why I just said it. I understand you called the.
Come on, Robert. Nobody's in trouble yet. Let's just talk about it.
I'm good.
Okay, just set the gun down, man. If you're good, set it down. Come on, Robert.
Can y'all chill? Like,
yeah, we're chill. We're trying to help you out, man. But you got a gun, man. You need to put it down.
We gotta figure out, what's going on in your head. Are you okay? We're trying to help you out.
Come on, man.
Do we have any SIR units out today?
I'm going myself.
Huh?
I'm checking, but I don't think.
Robert, what's going on?
Chill, can you, please, if you got.
Robert, just please put the gun down, okay? And we can go talk about it. Come on.
What's your name?
Officers on that scene, make sure you're behind cover. Try to talk them down.
Robert, come on.
16 to 10, you want units out there?
Yeah, I'm Nick, man. Come on. I need you to put the gun down, Robert, so we can talk to you. And we can get you the help you need, okay?
I just need a space. I know you're not sitting.
I understand, but I just need you to put the gun down, man. Come on. What's going on? What's going on? Robert,
yes,
why do you have a gun to your head?
Okay. So at this point, you can see his hand placement on the gun. Now you can go rewind it yourself. I'm not going to go lose my spot. But during this whole time, even when he repositioned himself, he had a very loose grip on the gun. He does not seem to be aggressively gripping the gun and finger inside the trigger guard most of the time. He's kind of loose on holding it. He is also not committed the act yet, right? He is wanting a supervisor. He's wanting stuff. He's repositioning himself, trying to get comfortable. He has not reached that moment where he's going to do the thing, or else he would have fucking done it by now, and he'd be laying on the ground, blood coming out of his head. So this is the point where I think that too much talking becomes deadly. And I've talked about this before in other videos where they try to de-escalate with just verbal only. De-escalation is the big buzzword, has been for a couple of years now. De-escalate. What kind of de-escalation training do you have? How did you try to de-escalate the situation? Blah, 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 fucking blah. I think many people have an unrealistic view and expectation with de-escalation. Unrealistic definitions of what de-escalating is. I think a lot of people believe that de-escalating means using words only. That to diffuse a situation, to prevent something from going any higher, means it's going to be all words, using all verbal judo. And that is not the case. Just your mere presence can change what's going on there. That's de-escalating it. Talking at first, giving verbal commands, could work. However, when the talking fails to work, there has to be something after that. There has to be a physical action, in my opinion, to de-escalate the situation. Too many times I've seen scenarios like this in videos play out, and other scenarios or situations play out in person, not, someone holding a gun to their head or anything like that, but I've seen other things where people try to talk it out with someone and talk 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 and talk, and it goes nowhere where they want it to go. And in fact, it ends up turning violent. And when it turns violent, it's initiated by that person that you've been talking to the whole time. But in these videos, the constant talking inevitably just ends up turning into the people initiating the movement themselves or the action themselves, and then the officers having to respond to that. So at this point and a little bit after, I think that since verbals were not working, they were not able to establish rapport with this guy, that physical force could have been used to de-escalate the situation. But could that also cause it to escalate? Could it also cause him to just quickly self-terminate? Potentially, yeah, it could have. Or you go in there hard, overwhelm him, and he doesn't have the chance to do it. He doesn't have the mental willpower to do it because he has not built himself up to that point. If you go back and look at some of these other videos I've done, you can see that progression where they start out at the beginning, they're unsure about what they're wanting to do. And at the beginning, they may have the idea of wanting to do it, but they have no commitment to it. If they had a commitment to it, they would have fucking done it already. They start out like this, and then you can see them. Sometimes you can see some of the physical signs of them kind of gaining that mental power, gaining that confidence to do it. But that's what's going on. Every second that passes by where they are not physically stopped from doing something after verbals fail, they become more confident, more emboldened in what they want to do. They are working themselves up to that moment. Although we can't read minds, we can't look at this video and see exactly what's going through his head, I would suspect that probably most likely what's going through his head is he's thinking about the option. He's thinking about the act. He may be thinking about things that are preventing him from doing it. He may be thinking about his kids, his wife. He may be thinking that, he may get to go just to a hospital. He may be thinking that he may end up going to jail. And then he may be thinking ahead of that too. He may be thinking that once he gets out of jail, will his life get better? Will it improve? Will it just be the same? Will it get worse? Will he not lose his kids? Will the family leave him? All this stuff could be going through his head right now. And then all that negative stuff could be helping to reinforce his decision to unsubscribe from life. All kinds of stuff is going through his head. And every second that goes by that he does not obey the requests, the verbal commands, and that nothing is physically being done to him, he gets mentally stronger second by second until he gets to that point where he's confident in his decision and then does it. So what could they have done to make some kind of physical intervention? Well, they got tasers. They could have popped him with taser. Now, the downside to that is it could cause muscles to flinch, and if he does have his finger on the trigger, then his hands could flinch, and then he could just pop himself. But what I talked about earlier with him being so loose with holding the gun, one of the officers could be having taser, have it pointed directly at him, and the moment that they see that he is loosely transitioning that gun or moving it around in his hand and he's got a very loose grip on it and the fingers outside the trigger, that would be the moment to deploy taser. If they had something like a 12 gauge beanbag or a 40 millimeter launcher in the vehicle, that would be a good tool to utilize. Aim that 12 gauge right straight at his hand, and the moment that you see the looseness where he's not aggressively gripping the gun, he's just kind of holding it with a couple fingers, it's just in his hand, fingers outside the trigger, let one loose. Blow the damn gun out of his fucking hand with a beanbag round. A risky move, but it's better than continuing to allow him to become mentally stronger in his conviction to pop himself. Pepper spray could be utilized potentially, but again, that's just a pain compliance thing. As soon as he feels all that pain, that could get him to that point to bring the gun to his head and pull the trigger. It's not going to physically stop him or anything. So I don't necessarily think that pepper spray is a good option in any of this. Taser or impact munitions, I think, are probably a good, better option. But again, like I said, those are risky moves, and they could fail, and it could send him over the edge to be like, shit, they're about to take me, pop. Or it could be enough overwhelming force that is sudden and surprising that takes him by surprise, and they're able to quickly move in and restrain him before he's able to regain his composure, recover from that sudden boom shock. And then he can go to the mental health place and hopefully get better.
What's going on? We can figure this out.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
You're gonna take.
Are you on something right now?
Oh shit.
Huh? Robert.
Y'all all together, shit.
Yeah, we're all here. We're here to help you.
No, I already know y'all all together. They're all together.
Oh, you seeing somebody? No, we work for ourselves, man. Come on. There ain't nobody else out here. Come on, Robert. Huh?
That's some cold ass shit.
Robert, put the gun down, man. Let's talk about it.
Like, just imagine.
Huh?
Hold on, let me take.
Take a breath. Drop the gun. You're not in trouble. We're gonna get you help, man. You call an ambulance out here to come help you?
Let me see that ambulance. Let me see.
They're down the street.
Yeah, they're right.
As soon as you put the gun down,
Right there, sir.
as soon as you put the gun down, we can have you go talk to them. But you need to put the gun down, okay?
I know y'all gonna get tired of me.
I would really not want to. I really don't want to.
Yeah, no, I already know.
I really don't want to. I don't want you to put that burden on me, man.
Man.
Come on, man. That's fucked up, man. Put the gun down.
So they had talked about the ambulance, and the ambulance is not there anymore. So once the ambulance crew knows this guy's got a gun, they're not staying there. They're not coming to him. That's standard pretty much everywhere. If the scene is unsafe, fire and EMS are not going to go to it. If there's someone with a gun and the police are not there containing that, they're not going there.
Robert, you have kids? You have 3 kids, man. They don't want to grow up without a father. Come on. They don't want to grow up without a father, Robert. Just set the gun down, and we can talk about it. Okay? Do it for your kids. Come on, Robert. Set the gun down. Do it for your kids, man.
Do I have a canine on here?
Huh?
That ambulance?
The ambulance is right there.
Sir,
They're the ones I talked to that said you were over here with the gun to your head. They're concerned about you too. They just need you to put it down. They can't talk with you with it like that, man.
Nah, same thing. Like,
So you just need to take the gun down,
like
man.
she be saying that I don't be concerned about people and stuff, and nobody ain't concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes vice versa on that, you know. So I ain't the only one on that before, you know.
Okay, well we can talk about it, man. Robert, just put the gun down, please. Hey, they're all with me. You're okay. You're okay. Nobody wants to hurt you. Nobody wants to hurt you. We just want you to put the gun down. So that way we can talk about you, Robert.
Switch over to tax one.
That way we can talk to you.
Okay, clear yourself, please. I'll put you on this. When you clear, when I see you
Robert.
clear, I will put you on this list.
Hey, listen to me.
Supervisor, sir?
Yeah, they're here.
Not more
They're coming.
supervisor, but that
Yeah.
supervisor.
Just put the gun down. Come have a seat in my car and let's talk. I want to turn the air on. You think you're sweating real bad. We'll cool you down. We'll talk. We'll go to a hospital. We can talk to a therapist. Okay?
It's not that.
What is it? Come on, man. I don't want you to do this to yourself. You got. Okay. Well, we can resolve all of this, Robert, okay? It's not the end, okay? Robert, we want to help you, man. Drop it.
You guys, there's no one else back in the back, right?
We have family members right here in the front of the
Y'all need to
residence.
go inside. Y'all need to go inside, okay? Go, take cover behind our door.
So where they were originally at, not the greatest cover. I mean, it is some form of cover, but not the greatest. Bullets can pass through vehicles in most parts of them. But by them being close up to this guy, they were in effect, or in a sense, keeping him contained to where he was at. There's a big fence right here to his back, and with one being here and one being down there, they were, like I said, sort of containing him. And now that they've been pulled completely away and are back down here, there is no sense of containment on this guy. Now he will feel more mentally empowered to move around.
What's his name?
Robert.
Robert, hey buddy. Listen, no one here wants to hurt you, man. Hey, Sarge, get on the phone with SWAT. Call the command center. Get on the. Where's the Sarge at? I'm right here. Call the command center. Buddy, know what? Hey, go ahead. Sit back down, guys. Sit back down, okay? I know, but we got to see what you're doing, okay? Put the gun down, buddy. Put the gun down. No one wants to hurt you, okay?
Robert, just put the gun down, man. Robert.
Now watch your crossfire, fellas.
Put the gun down, Robert.
Put the gun down, Robert. Hey, that'll be badass, huh? Hey, that'll be good.
Robert. Stay right there, Robert. Come on.
I better hide.
Robert. Come on, Robert.
Crossfire.
You went to that street army, huh? That boot camp bullshit.
Were you in the military, Robert?
Right. Go around.
No?
Get in your car. Go around.
Robert. We want you to put the gun down so we can help you. Come on, man.
So by him getting up and moving around, you can see the progression where he has now become more mentally tough, more mentally empowered, I guess you could say, and has now gotten up and is now walking around and acting somewhat tauntingly, I guess you could say. Maybe not so menacingly, but more tauntingly. Whereas earlier, he was not about that. But now, as time has elapsed, his brain's still working, the wheels still turning, he's thinking about things, running that imagery through his head. Now he's feeling more confident.
Robert, the ambulance isn't going to come unless you put the gun down. Put the gun down. I have important information for you, Bobby. I want to get you this important information, but you must put the gun down.
I hate that damn noise. That is the most annoying thing. And Ford, I think, is the worst about it, with little fucking chime noise whenever the door's open and the car's running. If you can disable that damn thing.
Bobby, let's talk face to face in private.
Everybody back up, get behind cover if you're not doing anything. Go get behind the car somewhere. I mean, hard cover.
Bobby! Are you okay, Bobby?
Yeah, go ahead. Hurry up.
I can't hear you, Bobby.
Ken, you need to get back. Put the helmet on. You gotta get back. Okay.
I have some cold water here for you.
I can send somebody to get you something to eat. You can sit down inside my car and talk in private about whatever you want to talk about. You must take the first step. Bobby. Are you okay, Bobby? Bobby. Do not do that again. Because you could get hurt. No one wants to hurt you, Bobby. We want to resolve this situation peacefully. Put the gun down, Bobby.
She's waking up the kids.
Put your hands up in the air. And we can sit down in my car.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The kids are crying. Get them to stop crying. I need to be.
If the kids are crying, get them to stop crying. It don't fucking work like that. I wish it was as simple as that. If they crying, get them to stop. Just stop crying. Like that. Dude, do you not have any fucking kids? Once kids start crying, man, it's hard to get them to stop.
Bobby. Put the gun down, Bobby.
Okay, suspect is fired up into the
Bobby,
air.
no one wants to hurt you.
So, what is going on at this point? Why are there shots being fired? I think that the more likely scenario is that he is wanting to die, but he has not gotten mentally tough enough to do it himself. But he is close to that point to where he's going to try and force one of them to do it. I think he's firing those rounds in hopes that they will start shooting at him and will do the deed for him.
By you shooting up in the air, Bobby, you can hurt someone.
We don't want to see you get hurt.
We do not want for you or anyone to get hurt.
We're going to take this family out.
I'm going to need a patrol officer
Bobby,
to get the family. We're bringing them out now.
We're going to take them over.
you will be treated fairly, with dignity and respect. Bobby,
Take one of they're probably going to get talked to. Just take them outside the kill zone over there.
on the ground,
Where the ambulance is? Yeah.
with your hands up in the air, and let's talk in private. Let's talk in private, Bobby, so we can resolve this situation peacefully. Know that you are capable of doing this, Bobby. No harm will come to you, Bobby. Bobby, no one wants to hurt you. You will be treated fairly, with dignity and respect. Bobby, place the gun on the ground, put your hands up in the air, and let's talk in private. Let's talk in private, Bobby, so we can resolve this situation peacefully. We know that you are capable of doing this, Bobby. No harm will come to you, Bobby. There is no reason for you to be scared. Bobby, we will not and cannot leave until you put the gun down. We want to resolve this situation peacefully. Bobby, yell out where you want us to take you. We want to resolve this peacefully, Bobby. Bobby, this is the Houston Police Department. You are receiving an lawful order for you to place the gun down. Put your hands up in the air and listen to the instructions that I will be giving you. By doing so, no harm will come to you. You will be treated fairly, with dignity and respect. You continue yelling. We are having trouble hearing you. Put the gun down. Put your hands up in the air. And let's resolve this peacefully. Yelling. So let's do this in private so that we can discuss these personal matters in my car or in my office. Earlier I told you that I received information that you wanted to speak to your kids. We will allow you to see them and talk to them.
Negative.
But you must immediately stop doing what you are doing. Before you get hurt,
I don't have eyes up here.
hurt someone, you must immediately stop shooting that gun. It is not going to do you any good by you discharging that gun. Put the gun down on the ground. Put your hands up in the air and listen to the instructions. The quicker you do that, the quicker medical personnel can approach your residence. Immediately stop what you are doing, Bobby. Do not discharge that gun. Immediately stop what you are doing. Put the gun down, Bobby. Put the gun down now. Are you doing that? Bobby, you need to immediately stop shooting your gun. You need to immediately stop doing what you are doing because you can hurt yourself or get hurt. Bobby, it's time for you to put the gun down. Put your hands up in the air Listen to the body. You need to immediately stop shooting that gun. You need to immediately put the gun down before you get hurt or hurt someone else.
No, I'm good. What did he say?
He hit the lid right there.
He did?
What did he hit?
He said he shot the lid right here.
Bobby,
No, the bear.
you need to immediately stop shooting that gun. You have done that several times. It's time for you to stop what you are doing. Bobby, we have medical personnel here for you. They want you to do the right thing and put the gun down so that they can come over to help you. You need to do this now. You need to stop doing what you have been doing and stop shooting that gun before you get hurt. If you understand this, yell out that you do. Do you understand what I have been telling you, Bobby? Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. If you can hear me, Bobby, put the gun down, put your hands up in the air, and no harm will come to you. No one wants to hurt you.
Hey, Gonzo, he popped out just for a little second. Stand by, he might come back out. There he is.
He's back out. He's out. He's out.
Look, I'm gone. I'm off.
Do the right thing.
Blue.
Put the gun down, Bobby. Put the gun down, Bobby. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
Do exactly what I'm telling you to do, Bobby. No harm will come to you. No one wants to hurt you.
Hey, Gooch. Got my mask?
No one has rights to you.
He's back out. He's out. He's out. Bush, get ready, Bush. Bush, get ready.
Do the right thing. Put the gun down, Bobby. Put the gun down, Bobby. Do the right thing.
There's one pop, one just popped. Two just popped.
No one wants to hurt you. No one has rights to you.
Back out. He's out. He's out. Bush, get ready.
Bobby, do the right thing.
Blue.
Put the gun down, Bobby.
I get him?
Yep.
Put the gun down, Bobby.
No,
Do the right
I didn't see it. He ran back.
Do exactly what I'm telling you to do, Bobby. No harm will come to you.
Push out wide thing.
Hey, let me come see me grab the gun. We're just gonna grab the gun. Step on his hand. Step on his hand.
Alright, so you can see right there is the little robot that they used to, I guess, get up to him to see what was going on with him. So at some point, he decided to pop himself. He had gained that mental confidence over that period of time to finally do the thing. And he did it. And so I'd imagine after a while, them trying to communicate with him and him not responding, they decided to send the robot to kind of figure out what was going on with him, why he wasn't talking. And then, of course, got to send people in to confirm and do the follow-up there. So, unfortunately, it went this route, and it sucks because as I let the video play, you're going to see a bunch of kids' toys in the front yard and everything. Now, I don't know if this was his house or not. I suspect that, he did live here. But, they said that he had kids, and it's possible that the kids' toys out front are of his kids.
Alright, we're still ready to change it.
Balls in the yard. You saw the trampoline. You see this stuff here on the table and over here by the bush. There's the bicycles. There's a lot of kid stuff in the yard, and so those kids are out there playing in the yard on a daily basis, and that's where their dad ended up taking his life, was right there in that yard. So kind of sucks to think that, one, the kids have to go through the loss of their dad and how it was the type of loss that it was. And then now the area where they go play, well, that's where their dad lost their life at, was in the same space they play with their balls and their toys and everything. So this could, this could have very deep reaching impact with the kids. They may become uninterested in playing out in the yard anymore because that's where their dad died at. I don't know what was going on with this guy. Personal life, anything like that. Don't know what was going on, but it sucks that he got in that headspace where he thought that unsubscribing from life was the best option that he had. But that is the state of mental health here in the U.S. Yeah, I got nothing else on that. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.